Hey everyone, and welcome to another SkillCapped video. In this guide, we'll be breaking down the best Sova arrows that you should be using on ASCENT. We spent countless hours reviewing some of the best professional Sova players to identify the best arrows that they're currently using. We're going to review the best arrows that you should be using on every site, as well as some of the great shock darts that you should be using to deal deadly damage to your enemies. But before we get into that, we're excited to announce our brand new hyper improved platform specifically designed to help you improve fast. At SkillCapped.com, you'll finally learn how to level up your aim, different techniques to win gunfights, and so much more. We have professional courses on every single agent, map, and mechanic in Valorant. This is backed up by the top pros, players, and coaches to make sure you are getting the most up-to-date and accurate information possible. In fact, we're so confident that you'll improve using our system that we offer a rank improvement guarantee. Check it out yourself in the link below. Simply put in what rank you're currently at and find out what rank you're guaranteed by using our system. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your true potential and get the rank you've always wanted at SkillCapped.com, link in the description below. Enough with the hype though, let's jump right into the video. First up, we have a fantastic arrow that will cover a majority of the A site. To line this up, go to the edge of the box as shown. From there, place the leftmost part of the bar for the Recon dart just above this curvature on the crack in the sky. Once you're there, shoot a one charge arrow. This arrow will land on top of the back corner boxes and will reveal a large majority of the site. Most importantly, it will clear generator as well as players on heaven. With this information, you can then push accordingly with your teammates and clear the site more efficiently now that you've revealed the players' positions. Next is a great arrow that you can use as an A site defender to identify an A push. Line yourself up with the middle of generator and then identify the top of the wall here. Place the top right corner of the charge bar on the edge of the wall to the right, and then line up a one charge recon bolt. This will reveal players around A that may be setting up for a push, which your teammates can then quickly rotate over to. If no players are revealed and the timer is low, this gives good information that the hit is likely going to be B, or the players are going for a full A attack from Cat. Along with that, you can also follow up the recon bolt with an ultimate to get some easy picks and damage and make it very difficult for the attackers to execute the A hit. When playing retake on the A site from heaven, you can use this fantastic arrow to identify players in hell. To perform this lineup, you're going to use this cloth. Back up to this wall here, and then move to the right until the cloth starts to be revealed. From there, crouch and line your crosshair up with the top right part of the cloth and the bottom left corner of the canyon. Use 2 bounces and a 2 charge shot to get the dart into hell. What makes this arrow so unique is that you can actually wallbang hell from heaven, so you can fire this arrow, wait for it to land, and once a player is revealed, you can sit in heaven and fire away at their bodies for a very easy kill. One of the most common areas defenders will play is out at A long. To identify this player, line up to the right side of these boxes. Place your crosshair slightly above the dart box on the wall, then use a full charge single bounce recon bolt. This will then identify this player and force them to back away to another position in which you can then take control of A long and set up a play. If you're on the site and have a teammate near garden, you can help them out as well with this arrow. To line this one up, crouch under the boxes on the middle of the site. From there, line up your crosshair at the top of this wall and place it in the middle of the leftmost box. Fire a single charge here with 1 bounce. If a player is revealed, your teammate can then peek and go for an easy kill. Moving over into middle. If you don't have control of middle early on in the attack side and want to take it back, you can use this arrow. Line yourself into the back wall between the cracks on the floor. From there, identify the second bush on the top of the building. Line up the top right corner of the charge bar with the tip of the tree. Fire a 2 charge shot which will land on the wall of the building to the left. This arrow will reveal players in middle as well as players pushing through Cat. Wait for the arrow to reveal the enemies and then you can peek to get some easy kills whether in B links or back Cat. With this next arrow, if you're playing on A and are lacking information in middle, you can use this to help your team out. Run into the corner here at heaven and look at the corner of this wall. From here, aim your crosshair to the middle of the dome at the top and then lift up until the top of the charge bar is just short of hitting the triangular top corner. From there, fire a 2 charge and it will shoot into middle and hit one of the rooftops, revealing enemies around middle as well as parts of cat. This next arrow is fantastic on the attacker side for identifying players in pizza or market. Sneak your way into cat and line yourself up in the middle of these stairs. From there, you want to aim your crosshair at the tip of the dome on top of market. Fire a full charge arrow and it will land under the dome and reveal the defender's locations. This arrow is best utilized to gain middle control. If you have teammates closer by, they can then swing into mid and push onto pizza or market to kill the players that were identified, and then you have multiple options on where you want to take the round from there. Moving on into the B site, when trying to play retake on B, this is one of the most powerful arrows that you can utilize. To perform this recon bolt, line yourself up with the leftmost part of the crates on the ground. From there, identify the leftmost wire on top of the building. You're going to line up the bottom right edge of the left diamond on the recon bolt animation. Once you have that lined up, fire a 2 charge arrow. This one takes some time to land, but it will reveal the entire B site as well as part of boathouse. With all that information, and because it takes so long to land, this gives you ample time to push closer to the site. And once the arrow hits the ground and reveals the enemies, you can then go for the push and kill. On the attacker side, to get good information on the defender's locations, you can fire this arrow. Line yourself up to the back left corner of garage, and from there, aim your crosshair towards the tip of this giraffe's nose on the wall. Aim just a tad higher here and fire a fully charged arrow. This is a very simple arrow, but it will reveal enemies playing in cubby, enemies in platform, as well as players near stairs and switch. If you want to get up close and personal earlier on with an Odin, you can shoot this arrow from the B site. Line yourself up with the left side of the wall first. From there, line up your crosshair with the rightmost bar and aim towards the bottom left corner of the bar. From there, fire a full charge recon bolt with 1 bounce to identify players that are in garage. Once they're revealed, line your Odin up with the player outside and fire away. To get some early information on B site, you can use this arrow. Line yourself up to the corner of the green box. From there, identify the lamps on the wall and you're going to use the top of it to line up the charge bar. Then you're going to identify the rightmost bar on the window, go slightly to the left, then bring your crosshair up until the charge bar hits just short of the tip of the lamp. Fire a 1 charge arrow and it will land in the tiny house in the back of garage, revealing any enemies trying to go through garage or enemies trying to head towards B links. This is probably the most common arrow that players utilize, but it gives so much valuable information on defender positions and it's very easy to do. To perform this, simply identify the tall tree in the back of windows. Fire a full charge at the highest point of the tree and you're good to go, revealing players in stairs as well as on the majority of the site. This is also a great arrow to use while playing retake from garage on the defender side, as it will reveal players in a majority of the site, making it easier for you to push to. Now that we've gone over some amazing recon bolts, let's talk about some of the 6 shock dart lineups that you can use to annihilate your enemies. First up are 2 insane shock darts to hit the default plant position at generator. To perform this first shock dart, you're going to use the middle black square on the left wall. Place the very left edge of your HUD onto the square and then fire a 2 charge shot that will land onto generator. To perform a quicker shock dart, you can line your crosshair up with the tip of this crack in the sky and then fire a 0 charge shock dart that will get to the spike quicker. You can also combine these 2 shock darts so that they hit at the same time to guarantee a kill. To perform this, fire the first shock dart and then wait a few seconds, and once that first dart is slightly above your crosshair, fire the second dart. By doing this, there is no way for the enemy to avoid your shots and you're guaranteed a kill if someone is defusing the spike. This next shock dart is great for taking out players that are playing back of generator, which is a pretty common position for attackers to play after planting the spike. To perform this shock dart, jump up onto the crate outside A long. Tuck yourself into the corner and then look for the tip of the white crack on the sky. Place your crosshair at the top of this crack and fire a 0 charge shock dart. you're playing mid, you can use this shock dart to get some initial chip damage on the attackers and cat before peeking them. To perform this lineup, walk towards the middle of this wall. From there, line your crosshair up between the two windows here. Then raise your crosshair up to the rooftop and fire a single charge and single bounce. This is best used at the beginning of the round to get some initial damage before spraying enemies down. A great shock dart you can use for triple box on B is from mid market. Stand in the middle of the market doors and move up until you see the square on the wall. Fire a 0 charge shot with 1 bounce and you'll hit triple box. Do be wary that you will have to expose yourself to halls and stairs, so make sure to check these areas first before doing the lineup. As you practice it, the lineup should be more natural and quick for you to perform, so you won't be exposed for too long. If you're coming from B main, another way to hit this spot is by lining your crosshair up with the lighter crack on the wall. Follow the crack down until you hit the border of this window and then fire a 2 charge arrow with 1 bounce. A common area that defenders will play on B is stairs. To deal some chip damage onto them, you can line yourself up to the right side of this door. Then look up at the sky and look at the horizontal pillar on this building. You're going to line up the top of the charge bar with this pillar and then line up the right edge of the bar with this vertical pillar. Once you're set up, hit a full charge arrow. This one does take a while to fall down, so do be wary of that, but once it lands, you'll be able to get some easy poke damage without the enemies suspecting a thing. Alright, so which arrow is your favorite to use on Ascent? Let us know in the comment section below, and while you're down there, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to get more premium guides just like this one with one goal in mind, helping you become a better player. We here at SkillCapped want to thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next. I'm Dr. Zora, and good luck out there.